Hello and welcome, future coder. Today, we are going to talk about something very exciting, software development. You might hear this term and think it sounds complicated or only for geniuses. I am here to tell you that is not true at all. Software development is simply the process of creating computer programs. It is like being a builder, but instead of using bricks and wood, you use a special language called code. This code tells a computer exactly what to do. This code tells a phone exactly what to do. This code tells any smart device exactly what to do. Every app on your phone was built by a software developer. Every website you visit was built by a software developer. Every game you play was built by a software developer. It is a creative and logical process that anyone can learn. So, what does that really mean? Imagine a mobile game idea. A little cat jumps over obstacles. Learning software development is more important now than ever before. We live in a digital world, our economy, our social lives. Our daily routines are deeply connected to technology. Think about how much has changed in the last 10 years. We now do our banking online, attend classes from home, connect with friends across the globe instantly. All of these advancements are powered by software. By learning to develop software, you are gaining a skill that is in very high demand. Companies in every industry need developers, healthcare, entertainment. This opens up a world of career opportunities. Who uses software? The simple answer is almost everyone. If you have ever used a smartphone, sent an email, or played a video game, you are a user of software. Students use educational software to learn and do homework. Doctors use medical software to manage patient records and diagnose illnesses. Artists use design software to create digital paintings and animations. Even farmers use software to monitor crop health and manage their equipment. Software is woven into the fabric of nearly every profession and hobby in the modern world. It is a universal tool that helps people work more efficiently, communicate more easily, entertain themselves. But the more exciting question is, who develops software? Becoming a software developer can feel like a huge mountain to climb, but we can break it down into small, manageable steps. The very first step is to choose what you want to build. Do you dream of making beautiful websites? Then you should look into web development. Are you excited by the apps on your phone? Mobile development might be your path, or do you love video games? Then game development is the field for you. Having a goal, even a general goal, will help you focus your learning. It gives you direction and makes the process much more exciting because you are working towards something you are passionate about. Do not worry about choosing the perfect path right away. You can always change later. Once you have a general direction, the second step is to learn the fundamentals. This is the most important part of your journey. You will need to learn a programming language like Python, JavaScript. You will also need to understand basic concepts like variables, loops, functions. There are many amazing online courses like the ones on Udemy, as well as free resources like FreeCodeCamp. One of the first big questions you will face is which programming language to learn. With so many options out there, it can feel, well, a bit overwhelming. My advice is to keep it simple and choose a language that is beginner-friendly and versatile. For many people starting out, Python is an excellent choice. Its syntax is very clean and readable. It almost looks like plain English, honestly. Another fantastic language for beginners is JavaScript. If you have any interest at all in building websites, JavaScript is essential. You will often learn it alongside HTML, which structures the content, and CSS, which styles it. When making your choice, think about what you want to build. If you want iPhone apps, learn Swift. For Android, consider Kotlin or Java. If you are passionate about data analysis, languages like Python or R are very popular in that field. Ultimately, the most important thing is that the specific language you choose first is not as important as learning the core concepts of programming. Every craft has its tools, and software development is no different. To write code effectively, you will need a few key pieces of software on your computer. The most important tool in your toolkit is your code editor. This is the program where you will actually write your code. You can technically write code in a simple text program like Notepad, but a dedicated code editor offers many features that make your life easier. Syntax highlighting colors your code to make it more readable. Auto-completion suggests code as you type. It is like having a smart assistant helping you write. One of the most popular code editors today is Visual Studio Code, or VS Code for short. It is free and works on Windows, Mac, and Linux. What makes VS Code so great is its huge library of extensions. Another essential tool that every developer uses is Git. Git is a version control system. It helps you keep track of changes to your code over time. With Git, you can easily go back to a previous version of your code that was working. It also makes it possible for many developers to work on the same project at the same time without getting in each other's way. Alongside Git, you will almost always use a service called GitHub. It hosts your projects, is like a social network for developers, and is where you will build your portfolio. Starting your journey into coding can be incredibly exciting, but it can also feel a bit intimidating. My first and most important tip is to be patient with yourself. You will not become an expert overnight, and that is completely okay. Learning to code is like learning a new spoken language. It takes time, practice, a lot of repetition. There will be days when you feel stuck or frustrated because your code is not working. The key is to take a break, step away from the computer, and come back with a fresh perspective. My second tip is to code a little bit every day. Consistency is far more important than intensity. It is much better to spend 30 minutes coding every single day than to cram for 8 hours once a weekend. Third, do not be afraid to break things. When you're learning, your goal is to experiment and understand how things work. What happens if you change this number? What happens if you delete this line? Finally, embrace the power of asking for help. You are not on this journey alone. When you get stuck, first try to solve it yourself for a little while. This is debugging. But if you are truly stuck, use resources like Stack Overflow, Reddit, or Discord. When you ask your question, explain what you are trying to do, what you have already tried, and share your code. Learning how to ask good questions is a skill in itself. Once you have learned the basics and built a few projects, you might feel like you have reached the finish line. But in the world of software development, the learning never truly stops. Technology is constantly changing and evolving. New programming languages are created, new tools are released, and new techniques are discovered. To stay relevant and continue to grow, you must embrace the mindset of a lifelong learner. Learn new things, follow your interests, and keep your work interesting. A great way to keep learning is to read code written by others. GitHub is perfect for this. You will see how experienced developers structure projects, name variables, and solve complex problems. Finally, make learning a part of your regular routine. Set aside a little bit of time each week specifically for learning. This could be an advanced course, reading tech blogs, or listening to a coding podcast. Work on challenging personal projects, and consider dedicating a few hours each week to learning and experimentation. By making it a consistent habit, you ensure that your skills do not become stagnant and that your career can grow. This commitment to continuous improvement is what separates a good developer from a great one. We have covered a lot of ground today, from what software development is to the practical steps you can take to begin your own journey. The main message I want you to take away is this: you can do this. The world of code is not an exclusive club reserved for a select few. The path starts with a single step: watching your first tutorial video, writing your first line of HTML, downloading your first code editor. Every journey begins somewhere. Yours can begin today, August 29th, 2025. Remember, software development is a creative skill. It is about imagination, problem solving, and building things that help people or bring joy. You have the potential to build apps, websites, and tools that serve your community. Be kind to yourself, celebrate small victories, and don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle. The community is here to support you, and resources are more accessible than ever. Opportunities are immense. All that's left is to take that first step. Open that code editor, write "Hello World," see where this journey takes you.